Yo, what's good, people? Today is going to be another episode of Bitesize METAFY sessions. This one is more, it's easier to dissect because it's the player's a Master Raven player, and you know that's my area of expertise. So we're gonna jump straight into it. He gave me some matches. Apologies for the audio. I think he recorded it through I don't know, I don't know why he recorded it from, but yeah, it's minor. We'll deal with it. So it's funny that the last one that I did was a Jin player. The person that I was helping was playing a Jin player, and now he's fighting a Jin player again. So I've got some good Jin knowledge, and especially in the Raven Jin matchup where I can give certain tips. I think one thing that I would say about Trunks is that he tends to go for bigger lows when he doesn't really need to, I think, because if you're gonna see it further into the set, but he uses down back 4, and I think it's a good low, but it's like you have to be careful when you're using it because some characters can actually launch it, and Jin is one of those characters. So I think you have to know which lows or which moves you can or can't use in specific matchups. In this matchup specifically, Jin can launch down back 4, so I would say stay away from that low and use down 4, use down 3, use full crouch 3, even though full crouch 3 is minus 15, which a lot of people actually don't know. It's really hard to launch it. Like, it is really difficult to launch it, and you kind of have to launch it on a read kind of thing. You just have to hard duck and then say, okay, cool, they did full crouch 3 and launch it. Like, it's very hard to react to full crouch 3 and launch it like regular blocking. Or so that's one thing to keep in mind. I would say swap out your down back 4 usage and use down 4, use down 3 in this situation. So if you go back, you did excellent whiff punishment. So he whiffed, I think he whiffed a standing 4 or something. I forgot. Well, that was a hell sweep, and then he did 4-2-3, and he did 4-1. I don't know why he did 4-1, but he got the round anyway. But literally, a down 3 would have worked, a down 4 would have worked. Okay. Let's have a look. So what does he do? So he gets up, nice duck. So he's doing, you know what? He's doing the right things, and I was saying that I was impressed of like how he's approaching the neutral. He's absolutely doing the right things. He's playing in a good range. Raven is kind of an all-round character where she can play wherever the player wants her to play. Like she can play keep out, far range, even though that's not really going to do anything for her. Like she can whiff moves full screen, but what's that going to do for the Raven player? Pretty much nothing. So I think the best range for Raven to play is the mid range, where she can bait whiffs because she has very, very strong whiff punishment if you have the execution while launching, and she can play very good small Tekken. She has good jabs, she has jab strings, she has a G clef now, which even more enhances her jab game. She has very good pokes. She got down back 2, down forward 1, which track completely opposite sides. 3-3, forward 2, again tracking opposite sides. So she has a plethora of mid moves that are very good and have good tracking to one side. And if you blend those all together with her jabs, with her good poke lows, she becomes a very annoying character to deal with, especially in the mid to close range. So I think he's playing at a good range here in this set. It's definitely good. And again, forcing the mix-up is one thing that I tell players not to be scared of. It depends what kind of mix-up you're trying to force, because sometimes I think with Raven specifically, when I was getting better, or when I was a lower rank, I would tend to use the most crazy mix-ups, and it was a really, really high risk, high reward type of mix-up. So I would do full crouch, I would do the sweep, or I would do the launcher, and I think that is good sometimes to use because it is very scary. But it's like she has other mix-ups. What about doing raw back turn and then just doing back turn down 4, or back turn mid, back turn grabs? Small risk, medium reward, I would say, because she's then plus. So I would say swap, not swap, but maybe sometimes try different mix-ups, and don't go for the massive mix-ups all the time. But I think I really like the range that he's playing at. It's very good. QCF1, again, some people might say it's scrubby, but I would say if it's working, just keep using it. You see what I mean? Following on from that point, if we go back, so he did a back turn down 4, and now that opens up full crouch, and that's what I meant with now it's giving you kind of a medium reward, or medium to high reward now, because the back turn down 4 is low risk. Yes, you can be low parried, but it's -11 on block and it's I-10, so it's very hard to react to and very hard to punish in the moment. So it's very low risk, but you get a good reward out of that. So he did a back turn down 4, and now look, he's in full crouch and he can do the sweep. He actually could have tip. If you're at the wall like this, you can do a forward 2 to get more damage. So sometimes it's a combo, but sometimes it's like a back roll catch. So I'll show you what I mean. So in this situation, he's gonna hit the wall, so you can actually do a forward 2 to get extra damage from this like this angle of hell sweep. So if you do forward 2 here, that would have hit. Just something to keep in mind. So let's see, how does he get out of the wall? In this situation, I would say sidestep. He could have sidestepped in this situation, because even if he sidestepped and got clipped, it wouldn't have wall splat. So I think he needs to have more awareness or situational awareness on like on stuff like that. Because I think the angle that he was at, if he sidestepped, it might have wall splat him, but I think it would have been like a side wall splat maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the gym player did that, but yeah, it is what it is. And I said to him, use like more like QCF1, because I'm noticing he's using haze, but like QCF1 haze is a better mix up, or is a better option. Because QCF1 has extensions. You can do empty QCF1, you can do QCF1 nothing, you can do QCF1 haze, you know. So I think doing QCF1 is really good. Let me get the comments out of the way. Next match is yeah. And as I said, the audio is a bit funny, so apologies for that. I'll put some background music, whatever, kind of drowning it out. So again, I think he just needs to be a tiny bit more sharp on stuff like this, because this was a very good attempt. And also I forgot to say that he is not a warrior. He's I think a Suzaku rank, so he's a bit higher rank than what his rank says, because I think he's a PS4 player, but he switched to PC, so now he's just, I think, ranking up. So you can definitely see that he's higher rank than a warrior, because he's doing stuff like crouch dash while standing 1 to whip punish. Yeah, you can definitely see that he's not a warrior rank, he's high rank. But I was gonna say, if we go back, he needs to be more sharp on whip punishes like this. Like, it was a good attempt, but it was just way too late. But he's doing the right things. I just think he's just a bit late on certain things. Again, forcing the mix up is good. In this situation, if a person wakes up like this and you do back 3, you could do a forward 4 to catch their side roll, because forward 4 does not hit grounded, but you can catch their like movement with forward 4. And I think so after things like forward 3 from Jin, I would sidestep after this, like sidestep block, because Jin players seem to think that forward 3 is like some crazy like plus on block move. Just sidestep, because even if you sidestep block, you can still block the magic 4, which is homing. So even if you sidestep block, you can block the jab strings, because gym players tend to do jab strings after that, or down forward 1, and so you can sidestep those options and still block the magic 4. And if you have a massive reach, I would say sidestep, either sidestep low parry or like sidestep duck would have been a good option there. But at least he didn't mash, so he's being patient, which is good. And again, he's being patient on the electrics, which is good. I think this was a whiff punish, but I'm not sure if he just did it. But either way, it was good spacing, because he backdashed out of the range of what's it, forward 4, yeah, and whiff punish. So that was good. Again, the spacing that he's playing at is very good. He just needs to sharpen up on a few things, and I would say swap out some move uses. So swap down back 4 for down 4. and stuff like that. And I think he needs to use his plus frames better. So like after forward 2-3, instead of doing unsafe stuff like 4-1, down forward 4-4-3, just do a poke low or just do a mid, down forward 1, sidestep after it. You know, there's certain things that you can do to kind of keep the risk low, but still keep your plus frames. And I think he's just bullying the gym player at this point. Yeah, it was a good decision. Let's see what he does in the final round. See, he's letting a few whiffs go unhit, but it doesn't really matter. Again, you see, so back turn down 4 is actually really strong tool. This was a good combo as well. I really like this combo. It was a good combo. I need to start doing that. It was good. What was the combo? So what? Yeah, so after the back turn back to 3, you can do back turn 2 to maximize wall carry. So that's a really good combo to do. I actually need to start using that myself. So I would say, like, coming from that, I think the range he's playing at is very good. He's playing at kind of a mid range, but then he's dashing in, dashing back out. That's what Raven is good at. She's good at small Tekken. She's dashing in, dashing back out. She's poking and then getting away. She's very good at that. I would say try to use her more of her lows, like down 3, down 4. Don't use down back 4 in certain matchups where they can launch it. But I think the matchup side of thing will come with time, because you will start to realize, okay, cool, certain characters can launch this low, like Miguel can launch it, Bob can launch it, Raven can launch it, you know what I mean? So a few characters can launch it. So I would say go for other lows down 4, because also I think down 4, now that they buffed it and they gave it like a counter hit animation, it makes it a much more versatile low than down back 4. I just think down 4 is a better low. So I would say substitute that low with down 4. I also said to him, I didn't see any Undertaker grabs. This is very important. You need to learn how to buffer Undertaker grabs. So I might do a video on like how to buffer it and hide it in movement, but it's like half circle back forward 1+2. That's the grab notation. But I would say a lot of low to intermediate level players, they don't know how to buffer it in movement and hide it in movement. So what I mean by that is you could be back dashing and then suddenly you dash and do Undertaker grab because you hid the notation or the input within your movement. So it becomes difficult to kind of see, especially on P2 side. If Raven's on P2, because she's got like her back to you, it's hard to see her arms. So sometimes it can be more difficult to break her grabs on P2. So she's very good at like being explosive and unpredictable. So I said use more of her grabs as well. Use more raw back turn. That's one thing I didn't see, and a lot of Ravens, they don't use this and they're kind of scared to do it. But I would say because it's such a quick transition, it's really effective. And even if you do small things like raw back turn 1 and then backdash to get space, there's a lot of things you can do. You can be very creative with back turn. You know, you don't always have to just go for the big stuff like, you know, back turn forward 4-3, the low high. You don't always have to do that. You can do back turn forward 2, back turn forward 2-4. You know, she has a lot of options. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free. If you want to jump on one of my METAFY programs, feel free. You can head over to my METAFY. It will be, I think I'll put something at the beginning of the video, so you can see like, I'll put like what my at is and stuff, and it will be in the description so you can find it easily. But yeah, that was all, guys. Peace.